Now, potty training or toilet training your dachshund is one of the most challenging things that new owners always come up against. And in this video, we're going to help you overcome it as quickly, as easily, and as efficiently as possible. Welcome back to the Fenrir Dachshund channel, and if you are new here, my name's Will. I'm a canine behaviourist, and this channel is dedicated to helping you choose the perfect breed for you, then how to become high-level canine leaders that can raise perfect canine companions. So if you are interested in joining the amazing community we have around this amazing little breed, then start by hitting that subscribe button and turning on the notification bell so that you never miss a future Dachshund video. So as a canine behaviourist here on YouTube, and if you didn't know, we've got quite a big channel on our main channel, the Fenrir Canine Show. I get thousands of emails and messages every single day of people looking for help with their dogs, usually around the new dogs. And Dachshunds are a breed that are booming in popularity right now, especially here in the UK. My sister has even got herself a miniature puppy that I must admit is pretty adorable, but my inbox is filled with requests for help with these breeds. And when it comes to puppy training and puppy kind of behavior, a lot of new owners are very concerned about how difficult their time they're having in toilet training their new Dachshund puppies. Now, first of all, if you are in a similar position to this, I want to start off by saying you are not alone. These little dogs are notorious for being very difficult to toilet or potty train, and it is something that can take a lot longer than with many other breeds. Now, that being said, it definitely can be done. And the problem that I've seen some people face is that they use this kind of common knowledge that it can be very difficult with this breed as an excuse to kind of let their foot off the gas a little bit in terms of toilet training. Now, in my Perfect Puppy course that you can find, that is included in my Ultimate Dachshund Owner's Guide, we do a step-by-step process of how to toilet train your new puppy. And the process with a Dachshund is exactly the same as it would be with any other breed. Now, that being said, like I say, it is difficult to toilet train these. It does take longer, but the process and the theory behind how and why we do what we do is exactly the same. It requires incredible levels of discipline and consistency and commitment to the task. But if you can put that in as a high-level canine leader, I assure that you can get your new puppy to the point of having impeccable household manners, including impeccable toilet or potty training. Now, we do go into length about that over on the course, so I don't want to kind of just repeat myself here on this video because it would be a very long video, but the principle is very, very simple. We put in a very structured effort into toilet training. I like to start with on the hour, every hour, and I set an alarm on my phone or on my watch, and that's what I encourage for all of my clients to do. What you'll find is that on top of on the hour, every hour, as well as whenever they've had a drink, whenever they've woke up from a sleep, whenever they've eaten, or if you notice that they're sniffing a lot or circling or displaying any behaviours that often come before the dog needs the toilet, you must take them outside to their designated toileting area, wait for them to do it outside, and then praise it highly. We need, and I can't stress this enough, we need to set our puppies up for success when it comes to toilet training. What we can't do is leave it for extended periods of time, wait for too long, set them up to fail, and then get angry and annoyed at them and even resort to ridiculous methods like rubbing their nose in it, which completely don't work. When it comes to toilet training, the principle is very simple. The theory is very simple. What makes it difficult is executing on that theory and principle, because it does take lots of discipline and commitment and consistency on our part as our dog's leaders. Now, obviously that can sound quite extreme, on the hour, every hour, when they have a drink, when they've woke up, when they've had something to eat. But it doesn't stay that way for long. If we're bringing a new puppy into our home, we need to understand and accept that our lives are going to change, and it's going to require a lot of effort up front. But if we put that effort up front, we get to reap the rewards for years to come. Now, as the dog tends to get older, and a lot of people seem to go with, for every month old that the dog is, the dog can hold their bladder for around about an hour. And that's pretty fair. Obviously, every dog's different, and you'll learn more about your dog. But what I recommend is starting with that on the hour, every hour, and keep a little notebook and make a little note or even just a little tick every time that they do go to the toilet, and a double tick if it's a number 2, 1 tick if it's a just a number one. And if you do that for a few days, I guarantee you'll notice a bit of a theme. And you might notice that at 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they never go to the toilet, but at 5 o'clock, they always do. So maybe we can start to knock the 3 o'clock and the 4 o'clock one on the head, or go for one in between, and then eventually remove it as the dog gets older and more routines are established. It's also really important that we never leave food down for our dogs, and we feed them at very specific, dedicated times. We make the most out of feeding times to be able to build good manners and build a good relationship with our new puppy. If you do those levels of consistency, I promise you that work up front for a couple of weeks to a couple of months will be well worth the wait. You'll very much start to notice a routine. You can then be proactive and preemptive with that routine. You can set the dog up for success. When they achieve success, we celebrate it lavishly. Over time, that consistent approach, I promise you, you will get there with your little dachshund puppy. Just be prepared and go into this understanding that it will take longer than with many other dogs. And most other owners are in the same boat as you. You're not alone. But that doesn't mean we can give up. It doesn't mean we can use it as an excuse to be lazy. What we need to do is use it as an excuse to step up our game, to be more consistent and more dedicated to the task, so that we can have these perfect canine companions that you've always dreamed of. I hope that was super useful and you hopefully got some information out of that. If you've got any other questions about dachshund training or behavior or anything to do with the breed whatsoever, leave them down in the comment section below. I love making these videos and helping people in any way I can. If you are new here and you love this breed, make sure you hit subscribe and the notification bell so that you never miss a future episode of the Fenrir Dachshund Show.